Hey y'all, congratulations on making it to day 7 of our hashtag win the day challenge. You guys made it. Y'all made it to 7. I'm so proud of y'all. So I said I was going to give y'all a video on today on instructions for the final post. So when you guys post tonight on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever y'all are using, just do the normal hashtag win the day challenge, the check marks, and then at the end I ask that you add a little summary on how you feel on today, day 7, versus how you felt on the first day that you started the challenge, and or before even having the challenge heard of to you. So how are you feeling? How are your days going versus how they went through the challenge? And be honest, so we can kind of compare how everybody went through it. With all that, we can talk about it. I know I said we were going to do a Zoom video, but we don't have to if y'all not comfortable with that. Just if y'all want to FaceTime me, we can do that. I'm so thankful for the girls who called me and was like, hey, I'm fixing to lose a day. And that y'all encouraged me, because I was just about to lose a day too. But calling me and we can encourage each other, that's the whole point of having y'all involved in the challenge. I was told y'all I was going to give y'all a video on the why behind the challenge, on how the challenge even came upon my brain to do. And also I wanted to tell y'all what the challenge did for me, and how everything is going for me. So the why behind the challenge, it goes really far back to probably 2015, the failure of my marriage. I would say that's when I started with doubting everything, really, doubting myself and my self-worth for sure, and just kind of feeling like a failure. Divorce is not easy ever, no matter what, but especially with children. So that was hard for me to accept for myself, that you are divorced. Like, I kept telling myself, now you're labeled. Now whenever you fill out paperwork, you have to check divorced, not single, not married, divorced. And so then I'm like labeled. So I'm allowing that label to define me. That's what I was doing subconsciously. But the way I was, and the way I have always been since I can remember, is whenever I have something that happens in my life that's stressful or painful or hard for me to get through, to cope with it, I joke, I laugh, I make myself be positive, because I would hate to bring somebody else down with my sorrow, like, oh, I'm having such a hard life. So I always find a way to be positive about it. But also, and that's not a bad thing, but it's the way I was doing it was being jokingly and positive about it, but not really dealing with it. So I would fill my plate up with overloading things, so I didn't have to think about what was going on and kind of like work through it. So I would numb myself in a sense of overloading myself, if that even makes sense. So example would be, when I went through my divorce, my actual divorce, I was in nursing school. So in order to not feel so down and depressed, I overloaded myself with, I was still in Mary Kay. I was studying a whole lot. I had to study. Like, I had no choice, but I would definitely use that to not feel what I was going through. And then when I had a break, if we had any kind of break, I'm going out, we're getting drunk. I have kids that I'm seeing about, not to feel anything. I occupy myself with them. And also I got involved in another relationship. So it was like I had all these things that I had to be able to use not to feel the pain from the divorce. And then I thought that was the way to do it, or that was the way I can do it and be strong in doing it. I did pray, but to say I had a relationship with God would be not true. I would just pray, and majority of my prayer would be to protect my kids and to help me, to be a better person. That was my prayer. But I still would look at myself as a failure, or as just not worth really having a blessing almost. So the divorce is just like the what started it, but everything after that, what I went through with the other relationship, with school, with my jobs, with any relationship I had with anybody, kind of just added on top of the pain and the decisions I've made in the past, which I didn't want to make some of them, and it just all weighed down on me. But I never work through them. I thought I was, by filling my head up with things to do. So now I'm, financially secured. I'm not struggling in that area anymore. So instead of sitting home on the weekends when I'm off of work, I'm taking trips. I'm going somewhere. Me and my girls are going somewhere, and we're going to the club, get drunk. I always would do something in order to numb everything that I just experienced in life. And thought I was doing the right thing by doing that. I thought that that's how I'm going to get over it, eventually going to get over it. But it took a specific relationship, and y'all know what I'm talking about, to literally break me. Like how they say the enemy comes to destroy you, but God uses it to show you a bigger lesson, so for your good. So I have to admit that that's what me running back and forth to that particular relationship did to me. Literally tore me apart, broke me down. But I had to get that low to see who I really was, and identify that. So I'm going to back up a little bit and say, I didn't think about all of this when I just spit out to you girls. I didn't think of this all in one day. So this has been over years that I've been trying to figure out, what's going on. But it's a specific weekend since I've been laid off, that everything I've been through just came full force, hit me in the face. Literally put me down on the ground. So my kids went to their dad, and Carmen went to her grandparents. So I was by myself for the first time I can think of, with no place to go. I had no place to go. Usually when I was caught by myself at the house with no kids, and I would start to feel the pain and the aches of everything, I would leave. I would go somewhere, either go get a drink and get drunk. I would go meet a friend. I would leave, we'd go somewhere, watch a movie, anything that I can do, I would do. But at this point in time in the world, everything is closed. So I'm sitting home at this particular weekend, and I'm trying to find an escape. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel the pain. The first thing was like, well, what I'm going to do? What am I going to go to do? And I was like, okay, I can't leave because there's nowhere to go. I can't invite anybody over because everybody's on quarantine. I opened my fridge, and I gotta get a drink, a glass of wine. No more alcohol in the fridge, Kat. I ran out. It was too late to go to the store. So I turned on a movie. I need to watch a movie just to get my mind off of it. But the movie I watched, I don't even remember what it was, y'all. But it was opening my eyes to things that I didn't want to do. So I turned the TV off, put my earphones on, and put on Pandora. When you're sad or a little bit, you want to listen to sad music for some reason. So I put on R&B. Well, the song came on, Dirty Laundry by Kelly Rowland. If I heard that song, y'all didn't go listen to it because it's going to kind of, y'all understand. So Dirty Laundry came on. No, I did not get beat up by a man, but everything she was saying, like she's been soaked in pain for years. It never airs out. It just like kind of hit me, and I was like, okay, I've been pretending this whole time. I can't honestly say I'm truly happy with myself, with my career as a mother. I have this nice house. My kids have everything they need and want. I have everything I need and want. But things I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. And I think I got so comfortable in my financial security that I depended on my money to make me happy. Like I can go buy something when I want. Then all of a sudden, an old debt came up from the divorce recently, was my last job. And so then that cut a lot of things out. So then I became not financially unstable, but rocky. Like we're not struggling, but we're gonna if it keeps up this way. So that hit me at that moment in time. I turned off the whole I pulled out my ear pods, and I was like, okay, so I need to think. So it's hitting me. I can't stop it. There's nothing else to escape. So the way I am, Mary, when I think about my problems in life, I have to figure out a solution, and I have to figure it out now. If I don't figure out the whole solution, I have to have at least a game plan. So I would show y'all but I don't know where the binder is. It's probably down there. But I literally got a paper and wrote finances, because that's what I was on my mind. Finances, or what you gonna do. I get on my phone, I go on Indeed, I'm like, okay, they have this and hiring, so I need to start making my resume. So I'm like, tomorrow make resume so you can start applying, knowing like there's no daycares. Like I was forced into sitting home. Like I got laid off, And I thought I was relieved by getting laid off, but really it just kind of tacked on to the feeling of you're not enough. That's why they laid you off, because otherwise they'd have worked with you with the hours if they felt like you were that important, essential of an employee, right, to keep you. But apparently you failed there. So now you're unemployed, and now what you gonna do? So easy, I could get another job. I'm an RN, right? But no, I couldn't, because I don't have anywhere for these kids to go now. I'm a full-time mom. So then I start feeling I'm a single parent. I'm trying, I can't even do for my kids like I want to, because now I can't go to work. Now I gotta find a babysitter. And then I start getting angry and bitter, like why I have to be the only one to figure everything out. You know, Carmen's dad's out there not worrying about where she's gonna go when I have to go to work. Colvin and Emma's dad's out there not really worrying about how I'm gonna fix this debt we had together. Like, then I start getting angry at them. Then it brings me to, like, this is my mind, y'all, it's trickling. And I'm sitting in my house and I was writing my solutions. And then when I got to the daycare situation and being a mom, I need to be a better mom. Then I get to the topic of relationships, and I start thinking of the most recent relationship I was in and how much it destroyed me. And then I didn't have a solution for it. So then I couldn't stop the tears, and then all the pain that came from that and everything I went through that. It just kind of attacked me. And I got up and I was like, where I'm going to go? Like, I stood up and I got up and I got to get out. Like, I was trying to do anything I could to fill my head. Never once thought, pray, hit the floor and pray. No, I went to my room, slept in the bed, and every 30 minutes would wake up, but I would try to fall back asleep. Then it rolled on to the next day, and just the rest of the weekend, that was my break away from the kids, was misery. And I just couldn't escape the feelings of depression and the failures I had in life, the choices I let define me. And so the first thing I could think about doing was to go get my kids back, because they're going to make me feel better. They don't care what kind of flaws I have. They love me. To them, I'm perfect. I'm the perfect mom. I get them mad, but I'm perfect, right? So I would get them. And I still didn't pray. I did talk, like, I know y'all say talking, they say talking to God is prayer, but for me, prayer is like an intimate moment where you really like feel like you're having a relationship with God. I haven't felt that in a while. So I was just, the things I was saying to God was, protect my children while they're not with me, please. Just please give me another chance tomorrow. And I would fall asleep. And then the tomorrow would come and I would forget about the chance I had, and I would focus on the darkness of the situation I was in, if that even makes sense. But so to sum that up, I went get my kids. But the next couple of days, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 4 days after getting them, after that weekend of everything hitting me, I slept all day. Like, I would get up every now and then, fix them food, go back to sleep. The first day I did it, none of the kids really questioned it. Sometimes we just have lazy days. But the second day, I still couldn't find the energy to do anything. I remember Colvin asking me, are you okay? And I lied to him, and I said, no, like, I'm catching a migraine, so I need you to help me. You know, if they need something to eat, can you fix it for them? Then I started feeling like I didn't want to get off the couch to feed them, so I knew I had to tell him a lie that I was sick. So I'm sleeping on the couch, and I remember thinking to myself, something is wrong with you. Why are you so exhausted? Like, I even thought, it ran across my mind, you probably got the virus, right? Then I was like, man, no, something's going on with me. I can't, like, it's just, I was exhausted. My body didn't want to move off the couch. And by the Thursday, I mean, it was just bad. The kids would take a bath, put pajamas on that night, wear those pajamas on. They take a bath, put pajamas on, wear the pajamas, like no changing, no combing hair. Just me sleeping on the couch on and off all day, and just really not doing anything, not thinking, just there, really. So Thursday, I told myself, Kayla, you're falling into depression. You need to get up, or you're going to have some help to get up. You're going to have to start taking medicine. You're going to have to start, whatever. You need to get yourself up, get together, and get out of it. But then I'm telling myself, how are you going to get out of it whenever everything you did, like, this is you put yourself here. You get yourself out then. So I was like being mean to myself. And I remember Carmen walking up to me, and she was like, Mama, you gonna be okay, Mama? And then I was like, shit, I gotta get up. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get up. Like, you know, they start to notice, and I'm here, but I'm not here. And Corman rubbed my face, and she was like, "You cold?" And she gave me her little baby blankets, and I was like, "Okay, Kayla." So I sat up off the couch and I smiled at her, but like it was a weak smile. Like I smiled at her because, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. They have no idea, those kids, how they strengthen you and be so weak. So I gave her a weak smile, and I was like, "Yeah, Mama's okay. Let's go color." So I got myself up. But I remember telling God, like, if you can help me tomorrow, if I can have a better day tomorrow, I promise you, I'm not gonna let this happen. I'm not gonna fall deep into depression again like this. Well, Friday came, and my kids went again to their dad and their grandparents, so I was by myself. But I made myself get out the house and go shopping at Dirt Cheap. So just to give me something to do, you know, to get myself out the house, because it's like, I need to fill my mind with something else. I can't sit in my house because I'm going to fall into depression. So I was like lost as to what to do, how I'm going to get over this. I can't go to work. I can't go drink because now when I drink, the feelings are stronger. It comes to me stronger, like the mistakes you made and stuff. Couldn't mess with that. I wasn't happy. So everywhere I was turning, it wasn't helping anymore. So that weekend they were going. Sunday I woke up pretty late in the morning, and I went on Facebook, and I opened up my notifications, and I seen Word Ministry going live, and I said, why not? I'm just gonna listen to the service. I haven't listened to it in a while because it's, you know, I'm tired of thinking I'm changing and thinking that it's going good, and then I fall and then I get stuck into where I'm at. So I listened to the sermon, and when I tell y'all that sermon hit, like the emotions hit, to where I had to go get a paper and a pen. I was like, I can't miss this. I can't miss this here. I gotta write this down. After this is over, I'm replaying it and writing down whatever else I might have missed, because it was speaking to me. So everything I was going through, specifically, I remember writing down him, Pastor Caleb saying, comparing us to Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh, when we wake up and we're like, oh bother. And that was literally me every day of that week. I slept. Every day was like a oh bother moment, like here I go again, right? And then he also he made it a point to say how you wake up and begin your day has a great impact on your day. And it's like it just registered like a duh moment, like duh, like Kayla, when you wake up, however you feel when you wake up is how you feel for the rest of the day. You wake up depressed, you depressed the rest of the day. So that's the problem. But I was like, how do you fix this problem? And then he starts to say how he wakes up in the day and he tells God thank you, and he's grateful and mindful of everything. He said his 5 senses he takes into into thought, and he just places his hand in God basically and walks the day with him. That way it gives you a guard to situations that you can hold on to, knowing that God got you, that nothing could shake you right now. So he gave his example on how he does with his wife, you know, takes his deep breaths, go outside, walks, sees the trees, whatever. So I said, all right, Kayla, tomorrow we're trying this. We're trying it because why not? You tried every other way. You played with doubt. You tried not praying. You tried to pray. But it's like you never were mindful of it. You never thought, okay, today I'm going to have a good day because I'm trusting in God. Never did that. So I said, I'm going to try it. Why not? Well, that Monday I tried it. It was like, wow, it was a big difference. But then I still was struggling with doubt, like, well, yeah, it's a difference because it's a new change. And of course, it's going to be different. You're going to feel all fresh. Every time you get into something new, you're on fire about it and you're positive and everything's great and dandy. I did it for 3 or 4 days. And like the 4th day was hard. I had a hard day. I don't know what had happened specifically, but I do know that if I wouldn't have sat still a little while in my day and praised and thanked and made sure I knew I was walking with God, I would have went back into sleeping all day. There's some days I woke up tired still, but being that I prayed and did what I had to do and went run, I felt like I could do this day. Every day was a victory from then on. It wasn't always an easy and high day. Like I wasn't like, yes, I'm doing this every day. Some days was like, here we go. All right, let me get this done. That way I can be positive today, right? But it made me, it opened my eyes to a lot. The challenge was birthed because I wanted to tell y'all, my friends, because y'all all know my problems. I'll call y'all right when I have a problem and tell y'all what I'm going through, and y'all always give me good advice, and y'all always keep me positive and try to bring out the good, or tell me what y'all think I should do, not to be harmful on me. Y'all always do that. Even when y'all know I'm going to do the opposite, y'all tell me what y'all think about it. And, you know, y'all always did that. So I wanted to tell y'all about this challenge, but I didn't want to, about what I was doing, in the day. But I didn't want y'all to just know about it and be like, I'm so happy for you, Kayla. Keep doing it, you know. I wanted y'all to participate in it. I wanted y'all to feel what I was feeling, not only because I love y'all and I want y'all to be happy, but because I was almost testing it. I was still doubtful in it. So I was like, okay, God, if it's gonna work for them, like if they're gonna feel how I feel about about this thing, then it's true. Then it's true. And every day I live, I'm gonna put you first. I'm gonna try to almost like it was a bargain deal. Like I was bargaining with God. Like if you show me, if you can confirm that these women will feel good about waking up with you and feel like they won, I'm gonna keep on doing it. Like it seems silly to say it now, but that's how I was thinking. So I had to think like, well, how I'm gonna make them do it, because I can tell them to do it, but they might not do it, right? So I reached out to my closest y'all, who kind of are about whatever. Like I can be like, hey, y'all want to come on this trip next month, and y'all all gonna say yeah, or hey, I want to all go to the club tomorrow night, or y'all, let's all go drink, let's all get to my house and drink. Y'all gonna come? So I said, well, I'm gonna ask them because they down for whatever. And the response to y'all, from y'all, was just like, I'm in, like the chat. And I thought about a challenge because of TikTok. That's what inspired me. All these little dances we doing with the kids, I seen people do workout challenges, those shake challenges, that all played in a role. Like, let's do a challenge. That way each day they can mark off they've done it, and we can keep up with it, right? I had no idea on the rules or anything. This was just thoughts. As I was giving y'all the directions on the challenge, was it coming out my mouth. That was the instructions. I've never really truly sat down and thought about it. I just said it, like, let's do it like this. So the first day y'all done it was like my 5th day. So it was almost like I was getting into a plateau. Like I wasn't as high about it, I wasn't discouraged about it, but I was just like about it. But seeing y'all day, how y'all feel like y'all almost stumbled, the phone calls y'all would give me, I was like, okay, this is something real, and I'm gonna stick to it. So that's how the birth of the challenge came about, and that was my reason behind it, because I told myself when I was on that couch, you are not coming back to this spot. Like I cannot get that low again. And trust me, I thought I hit rock bottom before, but that was a rock bottom. I don't know. That was a hard spot I was in, and I don't want to ever feel that like that again. Like I was just lost today. I just lost my days sleeping. And that brings me to say, some of y'all lost your day because of a situation or a stumble. So be careful as to say you lost your day just because you lost a moment, or just because you lost your patience for a second. If you remembered, oh, I'm losing patience, and you didn't lose. You just won and you took it back, and you have patience because you remembered you were losing it. So I had a couple days like that. Like I said, I lost the day, but no, you still have a chance to make it up. And I think that we honestly cannot lose the day if we're walking with God. Like if we made sure we told him today we with you, that we're not going to lose the day. Because no matter what happens, we know that this was our purpose. We walk in purpose today. So I hope that all makes sense to y'all. That was the reason why behind the challenge. That's my spiel. I can't wait to hear y'all stories onto what it did for y'all. So let me just quickly end it with what it did for me. Not only did it give me back my faith, or kind of reassure me, you know, it also shined the light on many insecurities I have with myself, my confidence level, especially with speaking on a video. Never would have done it. I hate the way I sound. Matter of fact, days before I birthed the idea of a challenge, one of the pastors in church, Miss Nadia, she asked me if I would read a devotional. My church has a devotional reading of the Bible every night. And she asked me if I would be interested on one of my days off. I didn't even tell her I'm not working anymore. I just said, I'm so honored that you asked me, but I can't pronounce those words. And really, I can't pronounce half the words in the Bible, but I was embarrassed. I was shy. I'm not about to. First of all, what came in my mind was, you know Your friends know, they seen you drunk, they seen you act crazy, they seen you fighting, they seen you go off on people, they seen you high, they seen you twerk, they seen you go back and forth with your last relationship, being stupid. And you go sit up there and read the Bible. Like, come on now. The people are going to look at you and not take you serious, which is going to make them doubt God. Because now you, so say Christian now, so you so say walking with God now. Like, this was the way I was thinking when the woman asked me to just to read a devotional. All those thoughts went. I said, oh no, somebody's going to see me on that reading and remember me when I was fighting back in whatever and whatever. I ain't doing it. Like, I'm not going to put God out like that. Like, represent God. I, Mary, cannot represent God. That was me talking to myself. Then, but I was doing the daily thing while she asked me that. So the next day, I prayed about it and I said, God, I am embarrassed to talk for you and to talk about you to my friends because they seen me. And then I just remembered, like, but we all fall short. Even though I fail real short sometimes, we all fall short. We all slip and we all go back to something that we don't want to do or something that we know is wrong for us. But it's not about how many times we're going to slip and fall. It's going to be how we get up and how many times we get up and bounce back and fight that off of us. And with that being said, I said, I'm gonna do this challenge. I'm gonna ask my girls if they feel like I'm crazy and they feel like, oh, we're not inviting her no more because she's holy now, or oh, now she's all holy roly, because that was another thought. Then oh well, like that's just gonna be it. I'm gonna be who I am all the time. Just I'm gonna be a better person, and that includes having God in my life. And if my girls are with me, then they're not gonna mind it. They're gonna accept me for who I am. And that was the end of that. I said, I'm doing the challenge. And I'm going full force. I don't care. No more what these thoughts is telling me. I'm doing it. And that's that. That was my spiel. So girls, I'm so thankful for all of y'all. Noonday prayer for the last couple of days have been about friendships and praying for God to give you someone who's a true friend. And I can with confidence and honestly say, y'all are all a true friend to me. I'm gonna cry. There's so many things y'all could have let me do or watch me do and influence me to keep on doing it. Instead of y'all chose to tell me the truth about it, even though I could have gotten mad at y'all or not talked to y'all anymore because y'all wasn't agreeing with me. Y'all gave me the truth, no matter how harsh it was, how ugly it was. Y'all sat there and told me, and I'll always be thankful for that. I'm done, y'all, because I'm not going to stop crying. So anyway, I thank y'all for sticking in Mary Kayla's corner. And I want y'all to know that y'all have me as a friend throughout whatever. I will be here for y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for doing this with me. And I can't wait to see y'all post. Bye.